Greetings, beautiful beings of light. Well, this is an interesting space we're in energetically right now. Kind of feels like a calm or a pause before the storm, because this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. We're not going to be able to continue on as a society the way we have been. Change is happening at quantum levels now, and we're going to want to choose the timeline that's going to feel good and not cause us more challenges. So whatever you're not facing, whatever you're not dealing with, whatever you're resisting and judging, these limitations of the self, of the conditioned mind, of the ego, they really don't serve our expansion, our awakening, our evolution into that which we are. Because nothing is separate from self. That being that resonates into your awareness and then reflects a mirrored image of self to you, whether it is one that you have overcome and are able now to assist them with your experience, or whether it's something that's still going on within you, a judgment, a fear, a lack, a perceived lack for this universe is limitless and abundant. It's really all about our space of allowing, And so I've recognized it for myself and for many of my beautiful tribe. We're struggling with worthiness, worth issues. That's too much. Oh no, you shouldn't have. Or I'm not good enough to be making videos. I don't fucking put my makeup on. I don't do anything special. It's just me. Or, I don't have a license. I can't help. Or, I don't have the money. But this person needs me and that person needs me. And growing up a girl, a female in this society, it's ingrained in us to be ashamed of who we are, ashamed of our bodies, ashamed if we don't look like another, sound like another, ashamed if we don't go to certain schools or have certain things, right? Ashamed if we don't attract that stable, worthy male, right? Ashamed if we get into abusive situations or unhealthy, toxic connections, And if we're parents, oh boy, if you're a mom even, I don't know about men, I haven't been a man for a while. At least that I've been able to remember, but I know as a parent, we fuck up a lot, we screw up, we don't know what we're doing really. Many of us, our hearts are in the right places, but we've been conditioned in a fearful society that's based on separation and judgment and lack and competition and not enoughness, not good enoughness. So self-worth is something that one creates within, not without. No one's going to give you an accurate assessment of your own self-worth, but source, that you are the one, that infinite energy, that infinite pulse of life, that divine eros, that divine creation. So if you're judging yourself as sick or unworthy or broke or not smart enough or not good enough or talented enough or not ready, or you're the only one holding you back. These perceptions of ourselves as lacking or false. We're not born into this existence as defective beings. We come in with everything, and we're conditioned to limit it and hold it down and temper it and fit it into the little societal box that, as we can see, is breaking down, breaking up, falling apart, because it doesn't fly, it doesn't work, it cannot be pulled forward in these higher and higher frequencies. We're really given a choice. We can continue to suffer and struggle. We can continue to think, I got to do it the way I was taught, or, I have to do this. I have to live here. I have to live up to my parents' expectation, or my husband's expectation, or my wife's, or my child's, or my dog's, or whatever it is. And really, as these powerful creator beings that we are, that you are, it's all about choice. And I have discovered on my several decades of being here, through much turmoil and many challenges and great deal of pain, and that I prefer to feel good. I love loving me and being gentle with me. The more I allow myself to expand and become an unlimited being, the more I'm able to serve, the more I'm able to be present, the more I'm able to enjoy and experience these divine moments of bliss are ever present in my daily awareness. These ever expanding moments, that bring me all that I need through, whether it's movement, energy, frequency, it just flows now. It just flows as it is you. Trust in where you're guided. Trust in what you're guided to. When it pulls you from the heart, from the belly. It is your higher self speaking very clearly, directing you very clearly in which way to go. And if you're constantly stopping yourself with fear, with the fear of the unknown, how do you break on through to the other side? You can only do that by facing your fears, my love. Doing that shadow work, it's intense. It's intense, but in retrospect, and when you work through it and move through it, it's not as bad as you thought it was. It's not as big as you thought it was. And you're more than you could ever have imagined yourself being. it's empowering to face one's limitations and fears. This weekend I was in Shasta again. Oh, this week I've been in Shasta for 5 days. It was amazing. I love camping. I love being there. It's not just that experience. It's being so connected to life. And I have a bit of a fear of water, so we were on this fun boat on the lake, and I jumped in the lake. And it was really scary, but it felt amazing, and it felt amazing to swim in the lake, and just for a little bit. It was great. And then I camped by myself in the forest at night with no toilet. I made my own fire pit. I played my music. I had my solar light so it wasn't completely pitch dark. And when beautiful beings came to visit me, I sat with it and I allowed it, and I allowed myself to be in my fear and my discomfort until my heart, working with your heart is very helpful, until my heart opened up and I was able to receive my cat's coming. I received the beautiful messages meant for me, meant for the collective. But I would not be doing any of this if I decided to sit at home with my fear and wallow in it, or if I decided I couldn't. Because whatever I decide, I'm right. Whatever you choose, whatever you think, whatever you decide, you're right. And so if something's not working for you, now's the time to shift it, to level up, to release it. Nothing works better for me. Okay, I gotta do this. It's time. Delicious. Nothing works better for me than returning to my heart. When I meditate, I begin with deep cleansing, intentional breathing in through my nose. I allow that air to spiral into my being, and I light up all my cells with light, and I light myself up. And as I exhale, I envision I'm releasing all of my fears and limitations, all of my judgments of self and other, all that is not in alignment with me, whether it's new or old. I release it with my breath. And I always start with my heart, and what works for me. If you're not meditating regularly, you really might want to start a practice of breathing and meditating. It's going to help you through this. Your body will not be able to handle these higher and higher frequencies if you're not taking care of it. So how you treat yourself right now is everything. If you've been ignoring something and it's turned into an illness, because everything's going to start in your energy field. So if you have a fear, a judgment, an anger, a limitation, a whatever it is, and you're not facing it, it's gonna come into your body, your physical body, as disease, dis-ease, as pain, and it will benefit you to learn how to let go of that, because it's only going to get more intense. You're only going to be asked to face more of your limitations. You're only going to be asked to release more of your judgments of self and others. So learn how to breathe, learn how to meditate. You're worth it. You deserve this. I mean, you really want to get stuck or stay in the lower densities, the lower vibrations, the lower chakras, where the chaos and fear and pain is? No, you don't. How about you raise up into that creator being that you are? Well, how do you do that? sweet and tender self-loving care, consistent care of self. Owning your feelings, not projecting them onto another. You know, we all have judgments of one another. Let your judgment of the other be the sweetest, the most expansive, the most loving judgment. Let your judgment of another enable you to see them as the divine being that they are, okay? And being able to do that for yourself is very helpful for self-care. I mean, choosing the high vibrational foods, blessing, cleansing, purifying your water, drinking plenty of water, getting those minerals in you. Oh boy, I mean, really make sure that you're working with minerals, because you're turning, you are metamorphosing from a carbon-based being into a crystalline-based being. And that crystalline frequency vibrates at much higher and higher resonances. So the more you resist, the more discomfort you will feel. And for many, it can feel like a mental and emotional breakdown. Many will not be able to handle this. And that's okay. You know, we're all growing at our own level. You know, you're not here to be like another, emulate another, copy another. The only copy or piece of that you really truly are is source. So if you're going to recognize who you are, recognize yourself as a source creator being, as a spark, an aspect of the divine experiencing itself and all the many different levels of itself. So there's no judgment of where anybody's at. I mean, we're all going to return home. All of us, all souls. But what it really helps me more than anything is divine breath. And I breathe into my hearts back to the meditation. Sometimes it takes me a while to come full circle. That's fine too. So I breathe into my heart after some cleansing, grounding breaths. I began to connect with my beautiful heart, and I send love. Send love to yourself. Speak kind, loving thoughts like, I'm getting better and better at taking good care of myself. Each and every day, I grow and expand a little bit more. I'm getting really good at loving myself and caring for me, and I'm learning more and more. And oh boy, I love how I'm getting good at this feeling and facing my fear stuff. And I love that so many beautiful, wonderful, exciting things are happening in my life. And I love that all this clarity I've asked for is here. I mean, ever present in my face. Sometimes like, boom. And I'm so good at recognizing it now. And I love that I'm getting better and better at pivoting my thoughts and shifting into higher and higher vibrational frequencies. And and I'm getting better at loving me. And I love me, I love me. And whatever feels right for you, just begin to breathe in and out. Those loving thoughts, those loving words, breathe them in and out of your heart. Breathing in and out of your heart, begin to see that beautiful light frequency flowing in and out of you. You can even begin to visualize these waves coming out of your beautiful heart, surrounding you in a field of light, a field of protective light. Swim in your breath, swim in your light, swim in your being. And as I breathe into my heart, I begin to see that light, that spark of light in the middle. And I breathe into the radiance of that diamond, crystalline, golden light that I am. I breathe into the center of my heart and I allow that diamond frequency to expand and radiate out, in and out. And then I pull that light as it is metamorphosing, changing into a sphere of light, and I pull it into the back of my heart chakra, the opening of your chakras or the back of your spine. I pull out this ball of light to the back of my heart chakra, and I breathe in through the back of my chakra and out through the front as I cleanse and clear, as I charge and ignite, breathing in and out that light. And then I breathe up that ball of light up the back of my spine, up, 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 up past my throat, up past my pineal into my crown, and I let that beautiful ball of light sit at the top of my crown. And I watch it vibrate and spin and radiate and glow, and I breathe in that white light, that healing light source. It's doggy time. Good morning, guys. I am wonderful. How are you? Good. Well, you're walking at the right time. Bye, ladies. Thor, that's enough. So, back to the light. How beautiful to have the canines join us. Anyway, so once you breathe up that beautiful resonant ball of Christed light, allow yourself to fill it with the light of Source, directly from Source, however you envision her to be. Expand that light, watch that globe of light spin and expand at the top of your crown. And as you're breathing in, envision a column of light, a column of white, crystalline light, pure love light frequency, coming down through this column, through this pillar, through this hexagonal, six-sided pillar. Breathe it down and connect it to your heart chakra. Ground it and connect it to your heart chakra, this pillar, this column of light. Breathe in and illuminate your mind. This is the divine masculine mind. It is pure. It is Christed. Breathe in that light of the divine mind into your divine feminine heart. Connect to them. So as you breathe in, allow this light to transform your thoughts of limitation. And then say to yourself, I see the divine in everything. I recognize the divine in everyone and everything. My vulnerability allows me to expand wider and wider. I am living the life of my dreams. I see beyond illusion. I trust. I trust. I trust. So we learn to shift our thoughts by illuminating our mind. You are integrating your divine masculine mind with your divine feminine mind. You are integrating your divine feminine heart with your divine masculine mind. You are coming into the center. Your trifold flame, your Merkabas are coming online as you release the polarity, the limitation of duality and polarity. We are in for a pole shift indeed. As within, so without. So if you are still witnessing chaos and trauma, get your inside balanced and stable. Breathe into your being, light up yourself. Breathe in and out of your heart. Breathe in and out of your chakras, cleanse and clear them. And then radiate and illuminate your mind and connect it. Find your balance. I am, speaking of Merkaba, beginning to work with that energy and frequency more and more, and seeing it within me, this great Merkaba at my heart, and there's another one at my, I think this is my sacral area, and then in my third eye, and we're going to learn how to work with our vehicle soon. And so what you're tapping into, if it is of the light, do not resist it, allow it in. If you are still stuck in fear and limitation, that's okay. That's okay. Oh God, I lived in such fear, limitation, and self-doubt. It was painful for so long, and I'm really happy not to be there anymore. But I still have moments where stuff, oh, it hurts. This what's happening with the children, that's been going on for a long time. It's very painful. This what's happening with people, with them masking themselves in shame and breathing in their own waste and cutting off their ability to connect with one another by being so separate, and cutting off their breath of life is just super disturbing. But that's where they're at. And I guess that feels safer for some. And when you're ready to shift up, know that everything you need is within you. Begin with your breath, and begin with a daily meditation practice, and take good care of yourself. There's so many that have been here, done this, that are doing it, that are wanting and able to help. I mean, we are here to serve, not just ourselves, but you. We're here to help you remember. As way showers, we guide the way. We don't know everything. It's impossible. We're so limited. I mean, maybe 1%, if that is what we're getting. Come on. There's so much more. It's infinite and ever expansive. I mean, this is just a room. Expand your view. Let your room expand. I love you so much. I hope you are taking good care of yourself, and you are being honest with yourself and facing who you are. Look at yourself through the eyes of Source, with a gentleness that you would gaze upon a small child or a beautiful, innocent baby. For that's what you are. You are innocence. You are grace. You are the beauty of Source, which is all of this. Reach out for help if you need it. Come together in communion and union with the divine, that which you are. Find your tribe. Find your partners. Blessings, love, and light.